Facebook, YouTube. Getting in here. All right, guys, what's going on? How you guys doing? Titan Talk Tuesday, an official full effect with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. Here with you guys every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Titan Talk Tuesdays. We cover everything that's going on as far as therapy of the week and a whole bunch of other interesting topics. Well, I think you guys are going to find this interesting and hopefully help you guys out day to day. If you guys got any questions about what we do here at Titan Medical Center, please just shoot a question out to me. I got my iPad here with the questions on Instagram, Facebook, I'm sure. I see Dan Wheeler's on there. John knows what's going on. If you guys have any questions, shoot them out to me. I appreciate all you guys joining me in. See Bassam Contractor, Dylan, DJ Reller, what's going on? How you guys doing out there? All right, so let's get into therapy of the week. And like I said, if you guys have any questions about what we do here, from hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss therapies, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptide therapies, sexual peptide therapies, healing peptide therapies, weight loss peptide therapies, blood work nationwide, right? For everything from your hormones to your vital organs to STDs to food sensitivity and allergy testing. All over the board, guys. We are here to make you guys feel better, look better, and perform better. And we service 49 states. The only one that is out is Idaho. If you guys want any of our services or want to know more about anything that I'm talking about today and I don't answer it, please call or text us at 727-389-3220. Big shout out, Dan Wheeler, the Bads. How you guys doing? Johnny, you're going to be at the Tampa Pro Friday. I will be there Friday. I will be there Thursday setting up. Tampa Pro is a big event that's going on here in Tampa this week. Starting Thursday, that's when weigh-ins and all that. We'll be setting up our awesome booth. Friday and Saturday, Titan Medical Center will be there in full effect. I will be there. Sharice will be there. Big Drew will be there. A ton of our Titanettes are going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there. So come. We're going to give out free B12 shots, free amino acid injectable therapies. So if you want a free injection, this is your time. If you've never experienced it or want to try like the amino blend, you guys can try it. And if you like it, you guys will sure enough like Hercules Potion because it's even more potenter and has more ingredients than that blend does. But I promise you're going to love it. See, Bass, I'm getting my labs done tomorrow. Awesome, dude. So if you're coming up to Tampa Pro, come give me a shout out. Take a picture with us. I'll give you a free t-shirt out there. I can't wait, man. If we can help you guys out or you guys have any questions when you guys are out there, come up to us, man. We are there for you guys. I'm there for you guys. After 10 years doing this in and out, I'm still there, man. You know, I love doing it. I love talking to people, and spreading the good word of Titan, man. And everything we can help out with. A lot of people, are dealing with a lot of debilitations in these times, or a lot of things that are affecting them the day to day, especially their quality of life. And they don't really know how to fix it. They can find some different things to maybe mask the negative symptoms or the negative issues that are going on and get them through the day or the hour or the minute, but they really can't get to the root of the problem and really find out what it is. So we'll definitely help you out. Strength Addicts, big shout out. I am Chef Taro, big shout out. Bobby Cabello, what's going on? How you guys doing? So let's get into the Triimmune. So therapy of the week. This one's a big one out there for a lot of people, and it involves three major ingredients. So the Triimmune, the Titan Triimmune, has injectable vitamin C and glutathione, and it has zinc. So these are three major components together. Antioxidants. So we talk about antioxidants all the time, but do we really know what antioxidants do, right? And I always tell people that don't know what oxidation is and oxidative stress, think about your car. And I hate to say this, but the rusting on the side of the car is oxidation that happens to metal. And this is not aesthetically pleasing. It's bad for it, right? It'll rust right off. This is kind of what's going on inside with the oxidation process. Now, you're not getting rust inside of you, but it's breaking down things. It's bringing free radicals in the body too as well. So it's damaging a lot of different things. This is where antioxidants really come into play, and especially some of these antioxidants like glutathione by itself, the mother of antioxidants. When you add vitamin C in there and then you add zinc in there, you're talking about major components that will, one, help boost and support your immune function and system. Two, going to help get rid of free radicals in the body, right? Because free radicals are negative to the body, especially, at high levels of free radicals damaging DNA at that point in some cases. So we really want to make sure we give our body the best. And then we're going out into this crazy world we live in. And I'm not talking about just sick people out there because people are still sick. It might not be the 19, But at that point, there are other people out there that have bacterial infections, sinus infections, viral infections of all sorts. And you're going around these people and may not even be suspecting. My example is this. My son plays all these different sports, right? And some sports I coach, so I don't have to be in the stands. And some I don't, right? So basketball is this last Saturday. I'm there. Championship game. Peter's in. They're playing, and at that point, there's these people above us, and you can obviously hear that they're sick. They're coughing. They're sick, and that's fine. I don't got a problem with that at all. But when they're yelling over you, right, and you're talking about these things coming out, droplets or whatever it may be, you want to be able to have a good, strong immune system or function. And some people are immunocompromised already, right? They already have different issues going on with their body that they don't have a good immune system or function. I do, luckily, thank God. And I believe, being active, eating well, all these different things go together with having a good, strong immune system. But people that don't, they're out there and they are in the wild per se, and you don't know what's going to hit you or where you're going to come across. So just be prepared. You wouldn't go out to battle without the best armor, right? If you could have the best armor and you could use this best armor, why wouldn't you want to use that best armor and go out there and really defend yourself about what's out there? And then just feeling better all the way around and things that are good for you too. This is great for, glutathione is great for, skin as far as that goes, healthy skin. It's good for mental clarity too as well. It's good for sperm count, if you can believe that. There's studies on this. So really, really crazy. So glutathione by itself. And then we know vitamin C. That's another game changer. And zinc as well. So if you guys are looking for the all-inclusive immune support, this one, Tri-Immune Therapy from Titan Medical Center, is going to be the one you guys should look into. It's very, very strong and very, very potent. Okay? This is a cold injectable. So that means the viscosity could be a little bit thicker on the injection. You don't need blood work for the Tri-Immune Therapy. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You're just going to, fill that out online on the website per se. Just go to titanmedicalcenter.com, fill out the new patient paperwork. We're going to get that automatically and call you. And then we'll schedule you for your medical provider visit so you can get that out. Now, if you're not in the Tampa area, don't worry. We service you guys via telemedicine all across the country. So you guys will get a video consult with the medical provider, get to talk about all your questions, concerns, go over your medical history, your family history, so we can service you guys the best we possibly can, right? We want to make sure you guys are golden as far as, knowing what you're doing with the injections, feeling comfortable, and getting exactly what you want. All right, so Willie Keys said, is MK677 bad for your liver or other organs? Thanks. So no. So we have not, Willie, we have not seen patients on from our clinic or pharmacies have any liver issues. So I have seen some people out there that are taking research chemicals that we have no idea where these things are coming from and buying these from websites. And yes, liver toxicity could be an issue because you don't know where it's coming from. So that is one thing. As far as other organs, no. With MK677, it's an oral GHRH peptide. So that's an oral growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. So it's going to help stimulate your pituitary, and it's going to help, as far as recovery, revitalization, rejuvenation, anti-aging, all these great things. So decreasing body fat, increasing lean muscle tissue too as well. With MK, just watch out because it will stimulate the hunger hormones, the ghrelin hormone, and you will get hungry, okay? You're going to want to eat the house down after any meal. Whether you stuff yourself before and say, oh, I got this covered, and you take it and you think that's going to, you're going to be full and that sensation is going to be gone. No, it's coming back for you, and it's coming to terrorize you for a little bit, and you're going to want to eat the house down. So just be prepared with MK677. But as far as organs or anything like that, you're going to be good. Yeah, research chemicals could be bathtub salad dressing. Not kidding. You're absolutely right, Shrink Addicts. So, you have all these issues. I'm diabetic. Can you help me, please? Yes, Jason Jordan, we can help you. So diabetics out there, if you know that you're a diabetic, are you getting one monitored? We got to make sure you're getting, are you type 1 or type 2 diabetic? And that makes a big difference, right? Because type 1 diabetics, we're talking about insulin. There's no way around these things. Type 2 diabetics, people, they're encroaching on the higher level of their glucose levels, their hemoglobin A1C levels, going above that, and needs to get under control. So you should be able to get that under control. Obviously, if you don't get that under control, you need to. It can directly affect your future health and the way you feel right now. So, you want to make sure that glucose levels, hemoglobin A1C levels, which is a 3-month average of your sugar levels. So there's a fasting sugar level, a glucose level. That means like, you've eaten through the day or whatever, and you prick your finger, right? Fasting means you haven't ate. People that are pricking their fingers through the day, they're checking their glucose levels to make sure they're good to go. All right, do you do TRT therapy? Of course. So Chris Dio 617 asked, do we do TRT therapy? So we do hormone replacement therapy, TRT therapy, however you want to call it. I like to call it hormone replacement therapy. The reason I say that, Chris, is because TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. Now, yes, you are replacing testosterone for most people out there because that's the majority of hormones that are on the decline or deficient in both males and females. But you are balancing other hormones, and you might need to replace other hormones or take something that balances other hormones. For example, when you're taking testosterone replacement therapy, in majority of patients out there, you're going to get a conversion or aromatization of estrogen from testosterone, and it aromatized into DHT and other things. But it's like a cycle. And not in that term. It's a process. From going to one level and breaking off into the other levels, okay? So with that, you don't want high estrogen levels when you're taking testosterone or any other hormone for that matter, whether you're a girl or a guy, because if you're a girl or a guy, you're going to get water retention, bloating. Nobody likes that, and especially girls out there. They hate bloating, water retention. I'm not fitting into my bathing suit. I'm not wearing this. I'm not going. For us guys, I don't think we care as much. Now, listen, when you're taking these therapies, the whole point is to be optimal and taking them so they benefit you, not negatively affecting you in any way, shape, or form, right? We don't want that. The whole point is to enhance, improve quality of life and not drop it, right? So when we talk about estrogen conversion, now we talk about sensitivity, irritability. Neither a guy or girl wants that either, okay? Especially those guys. We don't want to deal with it. Girls don't want to deal with it if it's a guy being irritable or sensitive. Maybe some girls do. Maybe some guys do. Either way, flip side, right? But at that point, majority of people don't want to deal with that. So these are things that can happen with high estrogen levels. And then guys, possible gynecomastia, right? You can increase tissue growth, yes, with estrogen. So people are like, you need estrogen for muscle growth because tissue is muscle and you got to grow it. Yes, you do. You need a balance, a harmonic balance for sure, 100%. But you need to make sure that it's balanced, because if it's unchecked and goes unchecked for extended periods of time, that's when the tissue growth can happen here. And at that point, you're dealing with gynecomastia, and then you really don't want to take your shirt off because you got man boobs. Maybe you do. I don't know. But, at that point, I wouldn't. I don't think a lot of people out there do. And I think the people that have had gynecomastia, and this isn't something that you just get from taking testosterone. This could be pubescent. So when you're going through puberty, right, there's hormones that start going off balance or start raising up. And this can happen to you then too as well, or from other medications as well. There are other medications out there that can cause gynecomastia, not just anabolic steroids or testosterone, okay? So at that point, it's a good question. If you guys want to get your hormones done by Titan Medical Center, it's a real simple and easy process. We can schedule you for blood work too anywhere in the country. Even if you don't want testosterone and you just want to check your lab work, guys, we can help you out. We have the most affordable and most inexpensive blood work in the country. Apples to apples in-depth testing, guys. And people are throwing that word out there. I hate it. I've been around for 10 years in this business plus now. I'm probably one of the oldest hormone replacement therapy clinics and TRT clinics out there. One of the top, for sure, 100%. And, a lot of people try to knock off or copycat. And when they say some of these words, it's not cool to me, because I feel like, and I say in depth because I've been using it for that long, but really if I start breaking down the test for you guys and you guys start looking at them at paper, like, what am I getting? You're going to see that we're going to definitely offer you way more testing for the money that you're going to be spending. And I guarantee it across the board. And if anybody can beat my blood testing, I will match it and go above and beyond past that. So you guys are really saving money, okay? So I challenge it. I'm out there. Let me know, guys. Let me know what's going on. You guys are my eyes and my ears. I love it out there. All right, so let's get into the next one. Let's talk about 52-year-old woman said weight loss medication, semaglutide, stop cravings for bacon and sugar. So this is really, really crazy, right? So, I've talked about semaglutide, our Aries injectable weight loss therapy, and I've talked about semaglutide in general of how much has helped a lot of patients out there, not just from Titan Medical Center, but around the country. This drug's been on the market for years now, and it's in an oral form of Wegovy, or I think I'm saying that right. And then at that point, Ozempic's the manufactured version at 2.5 milligrams, I believe, and then we do a 5 milligram medication for our patients. But just in the sugar cravings and the food cravings, cutting that off from a lot of people. That's a lot of people's kryptonite. They can exercise well, they can go to sleep, they can get to sleep, but then when it comes to food, they can try to start eating healthy, and then it just takes over, the cravings. And they have to eat at night, or they're eating through the day, or they see something sugary or something they like, and it's self-control, right? And it totally throws off what they're trying to do. And some of these people may need to do the weight loss because it's damaging their health to have that much weight on them. So, or their job tells them, hey, listen, you're not going to be able to do your job at this weight. And you might laugh or say that will never happen, but it has happened. I've had Titan patients come here and say, hey, listen, my job said if I don't lose this amount of weight, I won't be able to do this on these planes, and I'm going to lose my job. And, Matt Wolf is the guy, so he's a Titan patient. You guys can look him up, and he'll be happy to tell you, and he's lost tons of weight. But that was one of the things that he came here for. So, weight loss is a big, big thing out there. So at this point, for a lot of people out there that need to lose weight, one, for their health, two, self-confidence to feel better, right? Because, I don't think anybody wants to look at themselves in the mirror and not look and see, hey, I like this image of myself. Nobody wants to be like that. And I don't care who you are, to a certain extent, you're always going to see your flaws and say, I can be better. I do to this day. Drew does. I don't care if you're Adonis. You're always going to look at one little flaw you have. But, to see the weight loss portion, or somebody that has gained this much weight, doesn't know what they can do. They feel helpless. They don't feel good either. And that's not just because they look at themselves in the mirror and say, oh, I don't like this image. They don't feel good, like physically feel good or mentally feel good because of some of the foods they're eating. And that gets in the second topic that I had today about ultra-processed foods. But, the food that we eat is our fuel. I tell it to people all the time. I'm like, they're like, oh, you go to all these restaurants, whatever. I'm like, listen, I usually order the exact same thing from any restaurant I go to, and it's probably going to be steak or probably going to be chicken. The majority of the time, it's going to be steak. And at that point, I know what I'm eating. I know I feel better. It is what it is. I don't have any, sauces, garnishings, all that stuff. Just plain. I need it. I know exactly what I'm getting. My body feels a lot better. And then if you eat bad food, you notice like maybe 15, 30 minutes later, an hour later, you don't feel good. Maybe you don't realize it, but that's what happens. And people that go and they're eating fast food every day, I challenge you, take off 30 days from fast food if you can. And at that point, eat it again. Tell me that you want it after that. I would think that you're probably not going to want it anymore. You're going to say, man, like this doesn't taste like it used to. My body doesn't feel good after I eat it. Like literally 30 to maybe 45 minutes to an hour after you digest it, and it starts getting in your body, and you don't feel good. There's reasons for that, guys. There's 100% reasons for it. So, for the semaglutide, just to take away the appetite suppression or take away the appetite stir, the hunger, that's one of the biggest components to me, I think is great. The other thing is the hemoglobin A1C, or balancing sugars as far as the body, or the micronutrients releasing evenly through the body and not spiking blood sugar levels. That's awesome. It's great for your health in the long term. It's almost anti-aging, right? So this lady was talking about how she's lost all this weight from semaglutide. And before she'd have these bacon and sugar cravings, and now they're gone. She doesn't have these. And everybody that I talk to that's on this medication pretty much all tells me the exact same. I really have no cravings. I'm not eating any of the garbage I was eating before. I don't want it. I think I'm all hungry when I get this meal, and I get down and I only eat a couple bites of it and I'm full. It's great. I was just over, I was on Sharice's vacation with her, and I have, one of my brothers from another mother, Harshal, and he was on this for his wedding. So it's just like, it's awesome. The guy lost 30 pounds in like underneath a month and a half to 2 months for his wedding. Looked fantastic. And he's still doing this medication. That's another great thing with it, is that you can take semaglutide for long extended periods of time. This is something that you can go on for forever per se, and there has no negative side effects out there. It's FDA approved too as well. So at that point, it gives you a little comfort zone. Is it's not going to neurologically damage you or be bad for your heart like phentermine is, right? Because phentermine is an appetite suppressant that's FDA approved, which is a controlled substance. And you can't take it for a long extended period of time, over 30 to 60 days tops. Neurological issues can happen. Cardiovascular issues can happen. So, this is something that people out there can utilize. And I love seeing these articles. And every time I see them, I try to bring them up to you guys because it's just another person that this medication or therapy has helped. And she didn't get this therapy from us. So I'm not trying to say she got semaglutide from us. But, she got it from another clinic out there, which is awesome. I'd love to see other places out there that are doing good work for patients out there and changing their lives and improving the quality of their life. So that's what it's all about. Being on this planet, feeling good, and living the longest we possibly can at that level, right? That's what it's all about. So big shout out for this woman to lose all this weight. I think it was 70 plus pounds. And, big shout out to semaglutide. If you guys are looking for one of the superior weight loss therapies from titanmedicalcenter, your interest should be in semaglutide or Aries injectable weight loss therapy. It's one injection a week with a little insulin needle, one. And I'm telling you, that little injection is going to pack a big punch as far as for weight loss, for hunger cravings, and appetite suppression. And it's going to help as far as long one, as far as blood sugar levels and such. So if you guys are looking for something like that, call or text us, 727-389-3220. And I'm telling you guys, you will not be disappointed as far as what you guys are going to get from it. All right? All right, so let's go on to the next one. And by the way, all you have to do for semaglutide or Aries injectable weight loss therapy, fill out the new patient paperwork online. We'll call you, set up a medical consultation, go through and get you hooked up. So the next one is, and if you guys have any questions about anything I'm talking about or other therapies or you're getting them or anything like that, shout it out to me, guys. I would love to hear from you guys. I love it when you guys interact. I love when I can talk to you guys, or maybe I can cover something for you guys that I think that I've covered a million times that you guys want to hear about. All right. All right. So the ultra processed foods linked to cognitive decline. So we kind of just talked about this a little bit. We are what we eat, literally, okay? And when we talked about ultra processed foods, there are so many ultra processed foods out there that the majority of our population takes in daily in high amounts. And we're talking about, let's say, America's favorite meal, one of them anyway, for like barbecues, baseball games, hot dogs. Man, I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, I loved hot dogs. Ketchup, mustard. I'm from Chicago area. Like, that is, you go to a Chicago game, whether it's White Sox or Cubs, okay? Either way, I love you both. So when you go there, you're eating hot dogs, right? And like up there, they would just put mustard on it in some of the games and stuff like that. But that was one of the big things for me that I used to eat as a kid. Now, when I found out later on in life what was in a hot dog, I stopped eating hot dogs. I couldn't bear myself to eat one again because I knew what it was, right? And, when we talk about all these other ultra-processed things and foods out there, we talk about how they affect our body. And not only the way that, we look as far as maybe gaining pounds because of all the garbage we're intaking and all the excess calories we're intaking, we got to talk about other ways that it's affecting our body. Now, one, and I'm not even talking about this right here, one is going to be our livers. So when we eat a whole bunch of fatty foods, we're talking about, and you can leave right there, Art. I'm going to go over those percentages here. So when we talk about liver functions, when we talk about fatty livers come from fatty foods. And fatty foods cover a number of different things that are out there they're eating on a daily basis. And majority of people don't have good food sources to even go to if they're on the road. They go out, it's either McDonald's, it's Burger King, it's Popeyes, it's Chick-fil-A, it's whatever's out there, it's the closest thing to you, okay? And these things have a lot of different fatty foods that can cause fatty livers. And fatty livers will damage a lot of different things in your body and be bad for your health all the way around. But then we talk about these things affecting your brain. So cognitive decline. So the researchers found that people who consume 20% of their daily caloric intake from ultra-processed foods saw a 28% faster rate of cognitive decline and a 25% faster rate of executive function decline. That means what you're doing, executive function, everything, right? So this is really messed up. And this is based on the USDA's recommended diet calories between 2,000 and 3,000 calories per day. That equals between 400 to 600 calories of what you're intaking of ultra-processed foods. This is fewer calories than most meals at fast food restaurants, right? So when you're eating the Big Mac meal, or the Whopper or Double Whopper or wherever the hell you're eating. I want you to go in there and really look at the calories. Even when you go into AMC and you look at the calories for a soft drink or pop and a popcorn, it is ridiculous, guys. Like, ridiculous. Like, your whole day almost of calories is your night at the movies in 2 hours span. Some of these people knock it out. So, I mean, like, some of these kids, I feel bad for them. And this is why we're dealing with overweight and obesity the way we are. Because as parents, we have to be able to tell our kids no, and we have to be able to guide them in the right direction. Our kids are our future. Our kids are going to take over. And if we don't teach our kids the right things or give them the proper example, they're going to follow in your example. And that's what really does happen. And there's a lot of people that really don't care about these things or gorge on these ultra-processed foods or bad foods for them. Or they're telling them, hey, listen, let's eat the large popcorn. Let's have these candies. Let's have the nachos with the cheese. Processed cheese. We call it cheese, but it's not even cheese, right? Yeah, it's a cheese product. That's what it goes by, a cheese product. It's horrible. It's horrible. And, we give them the example, and that's what they do. And that's what's going to keep going on until somebody breaks the mold. Now, that's what I've tried to do with my son. It's harder than what you think, because you can teach them so much, and then they get outside influence. Their buddies, their friends, people at school, this and that, they're eating different things. They have a pop. Why can't you drink pop? Oh, that's weird. Then they feel like an outcast. It shouldn't be like that either. But, I mean, you're dealing with the majority of the population that are eating like this, and that is one of the big problems. And not only is it just affecting your waist, right, as far as the inches gaining on, but it's also affecting your mind and the way that you're thinking and everything that you're doing, okay? So at that point, let's really look at some of the ultra-processed foods that you really don't want to eat. And we're talking about frozen meals, soft drinks, pop, as I like to say it, from up north, hot dogs, cold cuts. And I get boar's head, and I'm like, I like some cold cuts here or there. I want some turkey and all that. So I really got to look into this, because I don't really want ultra-processed foods. My whole point is to eat healthy and to be healthy and to set the example, not only for my patients, for my kid, and even for my wife. I want her to be good. So if I don't do it, why should they do it? That's the whole process here. You can't say, do as I say, not as I do, right? That just doesn't work anymore. Like, nobody respects that. Like, you got to lead by example. And this is what a good leader is all the way around, but especially to your kids. This was done by Harvard Medical School, too. Harvard Medical School, according to Harvard Medical School, ultra-processed foods are mostly made from substances extracted from foods such as fats, starches, added sugars, and hydrogenated fats. Does any of this sound healthy to you? No, not at all. So this is what you're intaking with these things. What up, Hulk Squad? My man, dude. I just see Hulk Squad. I'm sorry, guys, on Instagram. Give a big shout out to all you guys. Instagram, Facebook, thank you, guys. Sorry, going on this rant here. I want to show you guys all love, but big shout out to Hulk Squad, too. Sharon, what's going on? Guys, share this, guys. If you guys are on Instagram, share this, guys. If you guys get the badges, it helps me on Instagram. Facebook, share this, too, as well. Stars as well. That'd be awesome. I'll get you guys some free Titan gear if you guys are in the area. All right, so Jason Jordan said, I'm type 1 diabetic. We can definitely help you, Jason. And I'm sure as a type 1 diabetic that you're taking insulin right now, right? So at that point, we can definitely help you. We can cater and regiment programs for you. Our medical providers can. And work directly with your provider that's monitoring you. That's a beautiful thing, right? When two providers can get on the same page and help patients. Usually you have providers and it's like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's all or nothing. Like, no, it shouldn't be like that. Like, you do what you're good at and monitor. We'll do what we're good at. And let's come together and let's do what's best for the patient. That's the way that it should work in medicine. And it doesn't work like that. I'm just telling you guys out there. All doctors have their own opinions, and they're all practicing medicine. Key word, practicing medicine. That's why there's no guarantees, because it's all practicing what they're doing. So they better be really good at what they're practicing, right? Dan Wheeler, dude, listen, you come in, Dan, I'm getting you anything you want, Titan gear-wise, man. Anything I got, you got. And future stuff I got, you get one of those too as well. All right, so I owe you 2 items. Item now if you want it, and an item for the future you want it. I'll get it. Nike, whatever you want. You got dibs on it. All right, so
we had a good question here right here, John.
All right, so what if I've had labs already from my doctor? Great question, Chris. So if you've had labs from your doctor, we will gladly take those labs. But 2 caveats. One caveat is it's got to be within 60 days. Okay? Those blood, things change after 60 days. Things can change. 2, it has to be all the testing that we need. Okay? Now, if you have majority of the testing, you have like 1 or 2 tests that you don't need, we'll just charge you for the 1 or 2 tests. Go get that done. We'll gladly accept those labs. Add those other labs in. You're golden. Okay? I want to save you guys money if you guys can. So if you had labs done and it's exactly the same panel, I'm going to be like, no, within 60 days? No, that's just wrong. I'm going to be able to take those labs. Some people won't do it. Some people are like, you need to get labs from us. No, I'm not going to do that. The other thing is like, you better sign a contract with us saying you're going to stay with us for 3 or 6 months. I'm not doing that either. We're month to month. You guys like us, you stay with us. That's how it works. So all you guys know. All right. Let's get into the poll question though. So, do you get sick easily or have a hard time recovering from illnesses? There's a lot of people out there that have, good immune systems, bad immune systems. So, the first one is yes, I think my immune system is weak. Can Titan help? 31%, yes, we can definitely help you guys out. If you're getting our newsletter out there, come on, we got you guys. Let's get you guys strong on the inside and the outside. 31% said yes to take over-the-counter supplements to help. All right, hey, listen, if that's working, I'm never going to tell somebody, to go the other way. But I truly want you guys to get the best. And with our Triimmune, it's guaranteed a better transportation rate and a high absorbency. All right, so 38% said no, I never get sick and never have a hard time recovering. God bless you, 38%, dude, right? Listen, you guys, man, you guys are super soldiers then, because I'll tell you what, a lot of people have issues. Big Shot Expert, Mohisen, Gabasita. Oh, I like these. Zipporah, I like that. Paula, what's going on? How you guys doing out there? Ladies, gentlemen, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. All right, so the next thing, Titan events. And if you have any questions about our therapies, now's the time, right? 2022 Titan events schedule. So we have Tampa Pro going on this weekend. We will be at the Grand Hyatt here in Tampa, Florida. It's for the Tampa Pro. We will be there setting up Thursday. We will be there Friday, Saturday with free B12 and amino acid injectable therapies for free giveaway shots for you guys. Friday and Saturday, free t-shirts, free tank tops. We will be there to take pictures, hang out with you guys, and check out all the athletes showing off their hard work. The next weekend after that, we're going down to Orlando for Deke Warner's MPC Florida State Classic. We'll be there with Big Deke. Orlando, that'll be at the Rosen Center. We'll be staying at the Grand Hyatt again down there. I love that place. And having some fun down in Orlando, man. It'll be a good time for sure, all the way around. After that, we have our 9-8 to 9-10 St.Pete Art and Fashion Week, which Lux Fashion Group, Donna Crowley, is putting together a great event for us. We love it. It's going to be awesome. And check out some of our new fashions that are coming. You guys are going to love this. Got a question, though, right before that. All right, so Beyond Karis, can you talk about TB500? Is that the best for inflammation? Is there anything else that helps with massive inflammation? 54 surgeries. Holy cow. Okay. Alexandra, how you doing? And let's answer this question for Beyond Karis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. All right, so TB500, great healing peptide after thymosin beta 4. Okay, this peptide is awesome because if you can inject it, and it works systemically through the body. It means if you inject it, like say your subcutaneous stomach area, it's going to go all the way through, right? Great for inflammation. It's good for small connective tissue areas too as well, or soft connective tissue areas. So, like joint areas, that's a good one for it. Ligaments, tendons, but connective tissue. So flexibility of tissue, this is a good one, right? Now, do I think it's the best for inflammation? Just between the two, a BPC 157 and TB500. I'm going with BPC 157. If you tell me that, I think 54 surgeries. Now, do I think you should probably use them together? Probably. With 54 surgeries, BPC 157, that is best used if used by the areas particular. It doesn't work systemically through the body. So you have to work more towards the areas. So that's why I would say use really both of them together, because I think you'll get a lot of bang for the buck. But total inflammation, I would say BPC 157 has definitely helped me a lot better. But they definitely work, they work on themselves, right? It's just, I've used BPC 157 by itself when I never had TB500. And I've used TB500 by itself, and it has worked. but using them together was the best. That was ultimately the best, I think, that I've gotten over certain injuries that I've had or have kept my shoulders at bay. And I'm still using it, both of them. I've got slap tears, superior labrum, anterior and posterior tears on both shoulders. And I think like stage 3, stage 4. So at that point, for me, I gotta be careful, one, and then I don't want to be in pain and agonizing pain, not only through the day, but when you're sleeping or try to go to sleep. I sleep on my shoulders, which is gonna hurt you and might hurt you anyway. But even sleeping on my back, where I would get pain, and cortisone has been a friend. Every 4 months or so, I'm getting cortisone on my shoulders. That gets me past not getting the surgeries yet. And do I know this? Yes. And this is why I'm not going crazy, stupid heavy in the gym. There are guys out there, they ask me, like, hey, listen, or are people I just, I come across, like, what are you benching nowadays, And I tell them, like, ultimately, the max I will go up right now is at 315, and that I can pretty easy. 275 is what I do in my tier right now, like a daily workout. Well, I hit 315 here or there, yeah, for I can do it like 10 times, but I do maybe 5 or 6 times just to keep my strength up. And if I feel anything, you best believe I'm not doing it, or I'm putting it back, or I'm having somebody over me. I have a Smith machine that I can lock it in right away. But at that point, that's what I do, and I think at that point it's a good weight. Anything over what you're weighing is a good weight. That's a good weight to do. But you got to be more careful as you get older. About your your joint area, shoulders, knees, elbows, wrists. Right? Anything is going to affect your lifting and what you're doing as far as physical activity wise. So TB500, like I said, really great. Helps heal. A BBC 157, I think, would be my choice out of the two, but together is the best way to do it. Big shout to Big Irishman. What's up, brother? How you doing? All right, Mike cares. Yes, pain keeps me away, so I got DSIP. So DSIP's good. So DSIP's really good for sleeping and stuff like that. It hasn't been working good for you, and have you got the DSIP from us? I'd like to know that, please. Alexandria Gabriella, what's going on, girl? All right, Ava, what's going on? Penelope, how you doing? Bianca, Iris, yes. Okay, all right. So TB500 gets tons of love for a reason. It definitely does. TB500 is one of the good ones out there. Those healing peptides, TB500, BPC 157, game changers, guys, across the board. I don't know how many people these healing peptides have helped. It's awesome, because people need other alternatives before surgery. Hey, have you tried everything? Because, man, surgery sucks. One, it's expensive. 2, you're down for extended periods of time. I hope everything goes well during surgeries, because sometimes surgeries don't go well. It is what it is. Let's be honest and realistic. I'm a positive thinking person, but I like to be realistic about these things too as well. Hasn't been working, but it only been 2 weeks. Okay, all right. And did you get that from us, Beyond Chris? I want to know. And that should be for sleeping. It's not going to be for pain. So I want to make sure that you're properly informed about that too. Because if not, I want to make sure you're taken care of. This is where customer service comes into play and patient care. I want to make sure you guys are, because that's what we're here to do, man, for sure, 100%. All right. If we're covering any more like that, as far as peptide wise, MK677 was a peptide, so we covered that one today too as well. Semaglutide's a glucagon-like peptide one. So it's a glucagon-like peptide, not a peptide. Some people get that out there. So yes, I am part of the Titan fam. Okay, so awesome. So one more question: what did you get the DSIP for? What did they tell you, or what was your goal of getting it? Why did you say, hey, you know what? This therapy, they told me, I think this one would be the best for me. All right. How do you treat low ferritin but normal iron? Low ferritin and normal iron. All right, so what's your diet like right now? Are you taking any red meats in? Got a question on that. Because I have seen this with some people out there that are vegan. And I'm not saying anything against vegan. I know some people, listen, vegans, that their blood work comes back astounding, right? I'm never saying anything against whatever's working for people, because I don't think everybody's carnivores. I'm a carnivore, straight up. My body, it works great with meat. It really does. As far as, some people, they don't, I think you've definitely been over donating. So that could definitely be a problem too with the ferritin going down. And how much are you donating too as well? Because of the high hemoglobin hematocrit. Oh, wow. All right. So how much have you been donating as far as that goes? Like, have you been doing it every 3 months? Have you been going every 2 weeks? At that point, because what I would do is, and what we should do if we're monitoring you, is you should go in and get the blood dump, right? And if the medical provider or the staff has instructed you that you need 2 blood dumps and gave you, hey, listen, every 2 weeks you're going to go, or you're going to go one, and then 2 weeks later you're going to go again. After that, we should recheck the CBC. So that's the complete blood cell count. And that's going to tell about red blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit, ferritin, all these great things. And recheck it and see where it's at. And then if that's off, right, if we say, hey, listen, everything's on, but that's off, we should schedule a retest. We should definitely schedule a retest within two weeks, maybe 3-4 tops within a month. But yeah, I have insomnia, trying to get more REM sleep to heal. I track my sleep and it's horrible. Okay. All right. So I want you to keep trying it and see what's going on. The only other ones that I would say that you could possibly use with it is going to be the Titan Serenity. So Titan Serenity has it has L-theanine in it, it has taurine, and it has magnesium. These are great things that are going to relax you and hopefully get you into REM sleep or to that deep sleep. The only thing that I would do is I would do maybe a GABA, and we used to have injectable GABA. The FDA, just like 2 years ago, said, oh, you can't do injectable GABA now. So at that point, you could possibly take that over the counter. I wouldn't recommend too many things over the counter. And do I even know a brand that I would recommend? No. But do I know there possibly is a couple good brands out there with GABA? And I'll do some research for you guys, okay? Because there are some good ones. And GABA is a really good promoter for good sleep. And that was in Titan Serenity before. And if we had that in there still, I'd say, you know what? Throw out DSIP, go to Titan Serenity, and have some good sleep for sure, 100%. All right, and Easy said 4 to 5 times a year. So 4 to 5 times a year is a little bit much, I would say, unless it's really needed. Now, some people are very sensitive as far as that goes. And, their levels, they skyrocket. As far as hemoglobin, hematocrit, red blood cell count, they go up. But we need to make sure that, that's the case with you. So, I would say, 2 to 3 a year, maybe. But if it's needed, then it's needed. But, I would definitely check that out. Is it okay to take melatonin with DSIP? I will try GABA. Okay, so I would try the GABA. I would stop doing the melatonin. Now, I've done multiple stories about studies with melatonin right now because it's getting fed to a lot of people, whether it's kids or adults right now. They've actually had a lot of adolescent overdoses on melatonin and some deaths, because, parents are giving it to their kids because they want them to go to sleep. They haven't been sleeping good. The pandemic has ruined them. All these things. And it has affected, adults as far as the pandemic and sleeping and patterns and all these great things. So I would try to back off the melatonin because it's a hormone. It's a hormone, right? It doesn't say on there, melatonin, the hormone, or hormone melatonin. It just says melatonin. You're like, oh, that's something that helps me sleep. But, if taking too much, it can actually mess up your sleep patterns too as well. So you want to make sure you take a look at that, okay? But I would try to back it off. Maybe try the GABA, because right now what you're saying is like it's not helping either way, right? So if we keep trying things over and over and over, and we expect a different result, that is a definition of insanity. So it's time to try something else to get a different result, right? All right, so what's the best alternative to TRT? All right, Skylife, great question, dude. All right, so the best alternative to TRT, if you don't want to take testosterone, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it yet. I'm not ready for a needle or putting on a cream or anything. I don't want testosterone. What can I do? Best alternative is enclomiphene. Enclomiphene, dude, I'm telling you guys, and I'm not talking about clomiphene. I'm talking about enclomiphene. Best, hands down. I've seen so many patients, levels just skyrocket, guys. Skyrocket. Couldn't believe it. To 200 to 900. Doctors that we have on here, one of our medical directors, doesn't want to do testosterone. I don't want a needle. I'm not there yet. I just don't want to do it. He's a younger guy in his 40s. Don't want to do it. Took enclomiphene. His numbers have great. Dude, enclomiphene and semaglutide for him, he's lost like 30 pounds. His numbers are up. His testosterone free in total. He's balling. Feeling good. Looking good, man. I'm telling you. You guys, that is the go-to we offer for our patients. And that, if you don't want to or want to try something before testosterone replacement therapy, that's your go-to 100%, 110%. HCG before was a good one, but HCG is pretty much gone as far as compounding wise and all that. So, I mean, clomiphene, and even if HCG was around, I would still say clomiphene. Because I've seen HCG numbers, and they did stimulate, right? But clomiphene directly stimulates and directly raises those numbers. It's awesome, 100%. How do you fix high creatinine kinase in blood? All right, so this is going to be a little bit more in depth. And I don't want to tell you something that's wrong. I can tell you a couple of things that I think off bat, but I'll tell you what. Solo DZ, how about you bring this question back, or I'll answer this question next Tuesday. I'll ask the providers to, so I have the medical providers explain it a little bit on how they want to explain it, and I spit it out for you guys. I don't want to say something is wrong and you guys do something. I will never tell you guys I know everything, and I won't tell you guys something that's wrong. I will not do that. I'll straight up tell you guys, I'll get you a better answer than what I would come up with, and make sure that answer is valid and 100% factual, because I think that's the key here. There's a lot of information out there on the internet, and it's credible and uncredible, and people really don't know the difference, so people just eat it all up and take it out and start spitting it all out everywhere else on the internet. I don't want that, and it's definitely not going to originate from me. Quite a few people talk on social media about Titan therapies are scared of the syringe, and what's crazy is some of them are so small you can't feel them. So majority, good statement. So majority of patients that come here, 7 out of 10 patients, have never done an injection before. Now, most of our therapies, 90% of them, I would even say almost 95%, come and they get used with a little insulin needle. Every one of them, except for testosterone. That's it. That's the only one that has a bigger needle. And I'm telling you guys, thank you, Art. So this is the needle. See how you barely can see this thing. It's so small. It goes right in. It's virtually painless. You ain't gonna feel it, no pain. This is really easy stuff. So that's done, and at that point, it's easy. Now the testosterone needle is a little bit bigger. The viscosity is a little bit thicker. Yeah, there's gonna be a bigger needle. It's still not bad. And once you get the results, and once you start feeling better, I'm telling you, you'll be waiting for your next shot. Like, when's my next shot? I was scared shitless of doing injections. Now I do all my pins with insulin needles. Seth Jordan 3.0. This is awesome. So this is a prime example of somebody that did not do any injections. And most of our patients are like that. I'm telling you, I can't tell you guys how many times in the beginning of Titan Medical Center, I didn't have all the fancy videos that I do now and all this good stuff. I'd get on the phone. It didn't even have FaceTime at that point. I wasn't even thinking about it. And I would get on the phone and talk people through all their injections. Never done it before. Never diluted or reconstituted medication before. Had no idea what this was. Their head was spinning, and talked them through it on the phone. Talked them through it. Then it went to FaceTime. Then it was like, I'm sending you guys the videos, watch the videos, and then come at me, right? But, once you do these injections and you do them correctly, there's not going to be a problem. Once you get the benefits, and most of them are instant, right? Most to a certain extent are instant gratification. You're going to love what you guys are getting, and it's not going to be a problem whatsoever. Much appreciated. I'm recovering from Ramadan. I will look into this. I will definitely look into this, all right? I appreciate it, Solo DZ. I'll look into it. Kinase, all right. I do my testosterone and insulin needles as well, so some people do, and that's okay. The only reason somebody wouldn't do it like that is, one, drawing it. So when you draw testosterone with an insulin needle, it's a little bit harder to draw out. It's going to take some time, and it's going to come in there real slow. But if you want to do it like that, you can do it like that too. It's totally up to the patient and what's going to be the best experience for you. And we'll talk you guys through it, right? I don't speak Turkish. I've seen that up there. Does Hercules Potion strictly have to be on the muscle being worked out? No, Flacco. It does not. You can inject it in your delt and work out, or you can inject it in the muscles you want to work out, or wherever you want. It will work the exact same. The only difference is injecting to the muscle that you're working out. You might get more instant gratification. But people sometimes, they don't like the way it feels. Like, I don't inject in my legs. When I work out, I'm not injecting my legs. All right? I don't like that. It's not me. I'll inject in my chest. People are like, oh my God, you're going to hit your heart. You're not going to hit your heart, okay? But at that point, different people, different things, right? But Hercules Potion works all over, and man, it is the best. Every workout, dude, I do, man, I'm not going without Hercules Potion. It is the best for a reason. Alexis, Becca, how you doing? Yassine, how you doing? 1RRS. Frankie V, Alina, how are you guys? Jake Jacobs in the house, my dude, man. Tampa Pro this weekend. Get that camera ready. What do you think of glutathione for kidney and liver repair? So for kidney repair, I think it may help maybe a little bit. But liver repair, 110%. So that's actually one of our protocol stuff. So if somebody comes back on a blood test and they want to, let's say, go on testosterone replacement therapy. So a patient says, I want to do a blood test. We get the blood test back. Your testosterone is real low, right? We can treat you. We're going to be able to do this. But your liver functions, your ALT and AST, they're in triple digits. These are like 120, 110, and you should be at 40 and 41. This we're going to have to do something about before you start testosterone. So what do? We usually prescribe glutathione for like 2 to 3 weeks, right? Maybe a month tops. You're taking an injection daily or double a day, and that will bring it down dramatically. Fatty livers, dramatically. I'll bet the house on it. Unless it's like hepatitis or something, I'm not going to say that's going to work. But for fatty livers and for people that have like acetaminophen issues, or they're taking too much acetaminophen and that's raising it up, alcohol issues raising it up, or just taking something orally. A lot of people, because your liver is your filter to your body. So whatever you're taking orally, guys, it's going to get filtered through, right? And a lot of things happen in the liver too. So when growth hormone comes and it goes to the liver, it then converts in the liver to IGF-1, 2, and 3. Right? Glutathione itself naturally is in the liver. That's where it's created. And what happens with our glutathione is, because you're like, oh man, I don't have to take glutathione. I got it in my body. It produces it, right? It gets knocked down. It diminishes with different things like being sick or free radicals and these toxins that we're breathing in or putting on our body. So at that point, yeah, glutathione is a great one. What about autoimmune issues? So it's great. Triimmune that I answered before, glutathione, vitamin C, zinc. This is going to be great for autoimmune. Glutathione by itself will, but Triimmune has 200 milligrams of glutathione. Same thing that glutathione has by itself for 1 ml. You're going to get 200 milligrams of glutathione in, vitamin C, 200 milligrams, and 5 milligrams of zinc. Dude, it's loaded. It is loaded 100%. So I think these are going to be the best things. Now, for kidneys and stuff like that, glutathione by itself, I think it's going to be a powerful one. BPC, body protection compound, they say helps protect the organs, but I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to be like, BPC. No, dude. I won't tell you unless I've seen it. So, like, patients from titanmedicalcenter, I've seen, like, over 10 years with glutathione and this protocol working. So it's just been amazing as far as that goes. It helps so many different people. I know it's one of the best antioxidants out there, the mother of antioxidants. So it's a really, really good one. NAD is another good one. And that's a coenzyme. So it just works as like an antioxidant as far as that goes. It's really powerful too as well. TB500, another great, and I talked about that one earlier as far as the healing peptide, game changer, can help a lot of people in a lot of different ways, okay? So you guys take advantage of these different therapies out there, especially if you're going through something or you're even trying to be preventative. And that is the name of the game, is being preventative, right? Making sure it doesn't happen or break down, or doing your best to, right? Giving everything you need. Maintaining things. Your body itself needs maintenance. It needs some love too. You put all these stresses on it. You work it all day long, and sleep is supposed to be, it's time to rest, recover, revitalize, and rejuvenate. And a lot of people don't give our bodies even that. Think about what your body goes through day in and day out. I mean, they really are. It's magnificent machines. Whoever developed it, God, who I think, other people might not believe in God, and somebody else has created us, and has created us in the most superior fashion on this planet. It's ridiculous. So I think that's it, guys. I think that's the show. I think I've covered a lot of different things for you guys. If you guys have any other questions before I go, please shoot them out to me. I'd love to cover anything you guys have questions on, concerns on. Maybe what might be the best for you, or maybe you have something you want to chime in that you think others could learn on here. I'm all about learning, man. I'm open-minded. I don't know everything. I know a little bit, but I don't know everything, and I want to learn more. And I'm trying to learn more day in and day out too as well. Give thanks and praise to his name, holy name, of course, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. That's me, though, right? I respect other people's religions out there. Or if you don't have a religion, I respect that too. But you got to respect mine too. And I'll never push it on you. You don't push it on me. All right, we're good to go. All right, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys had a great show with me. I hope you guys have learned something. Hope you guys, it may have helped you guys out there. And, it's all about being tight and strong day in and day out, feeling good, looking good, and performing your very best. That's what Titan Medical Center is all about, and that's what we can do for you. If you guys want to take advantage of any of the therapies, call or text us, 727-389-3220. We cover 49 different states. We can service you guys with all of our great services. Make sure you guys go over to YouTube for me. Go hit the subscribe button, the all notification bell. You'll see all the great, cool content, all of our therapies, how to do these therapies like injections, how to carry it on planes. All this great stuff is there for you guys. I appreciate it. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday on Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.